Good morning children, I SOjha ma'am. In previous class I had explained about programming in Java. In this class I am going to explain you classes and object, their declaration, their uses and messages and methods and relationship between the classes and many more other topics. So let's see. Chapter 3 Objects and Classes. Children, in modern era, everybody is trying to develop real world based software. So, we are using objects. Object is basic approach which is directly connect to the real world. In the real world, everybody is a common example of an object like me, you, table, chair, fan, etc. So, a software application developed using the object-oriented programming approach will result in the production of a computer system that has closer representation of the real world problem. So, object is basic runtime entity, or it is an instance of a class, means it is created by the class. Class having two things, variables and methods, but object having three things, variable, methods and unique ID. An object are normally known as instance variable because they contain the state for a particular object or instance. Interaction between the object and real world. Just take a common example of a student. Student object will have a different number stored in student number variable, like student marks detail, student English marks, maths marks, Hindi marks, computer marks. These are the properties or variable of the student object. Or student name, father's name, mother's name, age, contact number. These are the also variables of the student object. So, we just relate to student in a real world because student is a real world example of an object. So this is the interaction between the object, and student objects is also do some functions like reading, writing, sleeping, dancing and so many other activities. These are known as function. The student roll number is student ID. So just take another interaction like encapsulation. Encapsulation, a phone stores phone numbers in digital format and knows how to convert in to human readable characters. We don't know how the data is stored, how it's converted to human readable characters. So it is encapsulated all these things, means we just have interface to read the numbers or to type the number and do operate the phone. We don't need how to phone is working inside. So this is common example of encapsulation. It is real world example. So object is directly attached with the real world. If application based on the object, then it is successfully run in the society. Next, encapsulation and method. Object diagram shows that an object's variable make up the content in center or nucleus of the object, like primitive or private instance variable, private methods, public instance method, public methods, class, outside code. So these are three layers. Outside is a class, second is a public instance variable, and third is a private layer. So nobody can access directly to the private variable and private methods. It is accessed by the methods only. Method should have of this class. If the method is other class, then that method is also cannot access the private variable and methods. So this shows the security of object oriented programming. Encapsulation means combining the data and method into a unit known as class, and this process is known as encapsulation. So private members which is stored in internally accessed by only this class methods. This very important and secure thing for the software. Next is object and their interaction in programming. Just we take an example of two persons, Rakesh and Anirudh. Rakesh sends the message to Anirudh, and Anirudh give the result to the Rakesh. Means Rakesh give the order for the sofa type, addresses, delivery date, so many other things to Anirudh, and Anirudh process that object materials and give the result. This is known as object and their interaction in programming. So this is also done in a programming code. So if the user process by the interface is known as data abstraction, because here all the details hide for the user. So this is the concept of information hiding and showing essential information for the user, known as data abstraction by two persons, Rakesh and Anirudh. Next is simulation. Simulation means based on above example like Rakesh and Anirudh, it's all these belongs to the real world. So it is clear that concept in object oriented programming such as object, message and method do provide a close representation of real world object and their interactions. These concepts are thus suitable for simulating actual object interaction in real world situations. Means we just create the models to handle the real world situation by object oriented programming. This is known as simulation. Next is object and class. A class is a software blueprint for object. A class is used to manufacture or create object. Sometimes class is also called factory of object. There is a class known as car, and different car like 5 types of object which belongs to particular class car. So let's see the definition. A class is blueprint that define the variable and method common to all objects of a certain kind. Means if a class belongs to car, then all car objects have a same property, same behavior. Means color, size, wheel, braking system, these are the property of the class car, and running, moving, lightning, these are the functioning of class car. And all the objects having same property, same behavior from car class. See, class versus object. A class describe the common properties for a set of object. A representation of the properties of single instance object. Class concept, object phenomena. Class is a part of a program, and object is a part of the data and a program execution. Class is a person and object is a Rajan and Manpreet. These are the basic differences between class and object. Next is message passing. Message passing and methods. Message passing in Java like thread 1, thread 2, producer, consumer. Consumer send the message, blocking queue, and then it takes by the consumer. Then consumer again send the request to the producer. This is circulating every time. This is known as message passing. Means if the object passes a message to another object generate response, then again it give the result to first object. This is known as message passing. Methods. Methods or message is a valid if the receiver has a method that correspond to method name in the message, and appropriate argument if any are supplied with the message. Only the valid messages are executed by the receiver. Component of message: an object identifier that indicates the message receiver, a method name, argument, etc. Next is client server model. In a client server model, A server is receiver, client is giving the request to server. So request and response continuously exchanged by the client and server. If a person gives the order to another person, means Anirudh, then Anirudh is a server and Rakesh is a client. So there is only 3 possible states: yes, no, available, send or okay. Creating object. An object is created from a class. In Java, the new keyword is used to create new object. There are 3 steps to create an object of a class: declaration, instantiation, initialization. Declaration: an object is declared with an object name as class type. Instantiation: new keyword is used to create the object. Initialization: the new keyword is followed by a call to a constructor. This call initialization the new object, like flower is a class name, rose is a object name, equals to is a assignment operator, new is a operator which is used to allocate the memory or assign the memory, initialize the memory. Then flower 10 is a constructor of flower class. So there is a value is 10. 10 means constructor having the 10 argument. These are the basic methods to create object. I hope you understand very well. Children, with this video I am attaching a PDF file. You have to do all the work in your register very neatly. That's it for the day. Have a nice day. Thank you.